Good morning, students. Welcome to your SST class. So today we are just going to study about the third chapter of our geography, that is our changing Earth. Means today you are very curious that to know about our Earth, that how it changes from the last period of our times. What it means, what was the previously look like our Earth, what are the factors that just changes our Earth into different continents or into the different masses. So there is a story behind this. Like previously, this whole land mass was just known as Gondwana land. After some period of time, or some thousands of years after, these Gondwana land have just started moving from each other. Means that land has just divided into some small parts and that's just split up and just it started moving far from itself. That is why it just converted into different continents. And in the previous videos or in the previous chapter, we have seen that our Earth's crust have been just divided into two different parts, that is the continental mass and the oceanic mass. Normally these are just resting on the plate, on the lithospheric plate. This lithosphere, that means that this whole land mass is just divided into the lithospheric plates on which our all the oceanic and these continental masses, or we can say there is oceanic or the continent's floor, are just resting on itself. What it will? These plates means, like if I tell about what are the lithospheric plate, then lithospheric plate means that a lithosphere is just broken into a number of various plates, that is known as the lithospheric plate. Or we can say that it consists, these lithospheric plates consist of large or the very small and rigid irregular shaped plates on which our oceanic and the continents floor are resting. What it, for example, if you are not understanding like this, then understand like this, that our whole home is just totally resting on our ground surface. Means our ground surface is a plate on which we are building up our home. So like that same our earth is also having. Means our earth, inside our earth there are just so many lithospheric plates. Got it? On which our earth is resting, on which our all these continents are resting, means these all the land bodies are resting over it, all these oceans are resting. So these are just moving very slowly, or we can say that these are moving only a few millimeters every year, or it takes the thousands of years, or it takes the hundreds of years just to move. Because this is all because of the molten magma which runs inside our earth. What it means, this is all happens due to the molten magma that is just running or that is just moving inside our earth. Due to that, these plates are just only moving slightly, or slightly means a few millimeters, only few means like 1 mm, 2 mm, only they are moving as each year. Got it? So these movement of plates that just changes or that just cause the on the surface of the earth, means due to these movements of these plates, our earth surface also changes. Our earth surface will also face some different kind of forces or some different kind of the changes over on its body. Beside that, the earth movements have been just divided, or just our earth's movement have been just divided into on the basis of two forces, that is endogenic and second is exogenic forces. Got it? Means this movement have been just divided due to this force, and these force have been just divided into two parts, that is the exogenic and endogenic forces. Got it? So our earth's movement have been just divided by these two forces. So firstly, what are endogenic forces? Endogenic forces means those forces which are just occurring inside our earth. Those forces have been termed as the endogenic forces. And what are the exogenic forces? Exogenic forces means those forces which are working or they are acting on the earth's surface. They have been known as the exogenic forces. Got it, beta? Again I am telling what are endogenic forces. Endogenic forces means those forces which are working or which are acting inside our earth surface. They are known as endogenic forces. And what are exogenic forces? Exogenic forces are those forces which are working on our earth surface. Got it? So let's see what are endogenic forces. Endogenic forces have been again divided into two different categories. First is sudden forces, second is diastrophic forces. Sudden forces means those forces which occurs without knowing to us, means without, they are coming without giving any kind of the warning to any human beings or to anybody. For example, earthquake, volcano and the landslides. Means these are just coming without knowing to us. When we cannot say that when they will come. There is no prediction about these kind of the sudden forces. So we cannot predict that when there is a particular date, or we can say that there is a particular day on which our earthquake will come, or the volcano will erupt, or landslide will happen. Got it? Second is diastrophic forces. Diastrophic forces means those forces which just have in the building of the mountains. These are the sudden forces. Means we cannot say when the mountains will be built up. Means when they will be grown up. For example, like when we talk about the Mount Everest, it is just growing up every year, or it is just growing about the few millimeters of the air every year. Means it takes a time, but it grows up. Means it again making its own belly. It now having a height of 8,848 meters, but previously it was less than this meters length. So these are the endogenic forces which are just getting up inside our Earth's surface. Got it? Then we are coming to the exogenic forces. What are exogenic forces? Exogenic forces means those forces which work on the Earth's surface, and these will occur due to the erosional and depositional work. And from where the erosional and depositional work will carried out? This will carried out either by the river, by the wind, by the sea waves, or by the glaciers. Got it? So these are the forces which are acting, due to which our Earth's movement will be suffering, or our Earth's surface is posing. Got it? So let's start with our first topic, that is the endogenic, in which we are going to start with the earthquake, or we can say that is the volcano or the landslides. Here. So endogenic forces, these movements some produce some sudden movements. It might be that we can say that they are producing sudden movements, or they are the other times they produce the slow movements. So sudden movements, they are occur due to the such kind of, these are earthquake or the volcanoes, which cause the very great destruction over the our Earth's surface. Got it? For example, if I would like to talk about the volcano, means volcano occurs. Volcano is a vent through which our molten magma is just coming out from our Earth surface. Got it? For example, if you like to, then you have seen that at your home you all are having the tube well. Okay, tube well is a you are having at your home. So when you are just switching on the motor's button, or we can say tube well's button, you usually we switch on. At that time, what happens? That period of the time, it will be looking that the water is coming out through that pipe. Means that is a vent which allows that water that it sucked from the inside from and it just thrown out that pipe. So same thing is that the volcano is occurring. Means these are the naturally occurring. So these volcanoes are having a very vent or the pipe-like structure, through which what happens, the molten material comes out. Got it? So when these molten materials comes out, at that period of time, it creates, or it have a very high heat or very hot molten material along with that. So what will happen? Whatever comes in the flow of, or in between of the flow of the molten magma or molten material, it will destruct, or it will just suddenly it will just cause the destruction to that. Means it will cause the great damage to that things. Along with that, it is also having the harmful gases along with itself. Got it? So this is how the volcanoes are erupting. Similarly, the earthquakes are also coming out. Means when the lithospheric plates are just moving from one place to the another. Means when they are either they are moving like this, or either they will move towards each other, or either they will move away from each other, or either they will overlap to each other. So at that period of the time, what will happen, that vibrations occur. Like in the phone, we are having that when a ring is coming on our phone, then the phone starts to get vibrate. Like that, same to same, our earthquake is also there. Means when the lithospheric plates move away from each other, they moves towards each other, or when they overlap to each other. At that period of the time, what will happen? The vibration occurs inside our earth. Got it? So these vibrations travel all around the earth. Means not only at this place where there is movement happens, at that only they will travel, but they will travel all along the over the earth. Got it? So these vibrations are called as the earthquake. Means whatever these vibrations are occurring, so these vibrations will be known as the earthquakes. Got it? So the place, means the place in the earth's surface where these vibration starts, movement starts, that is known as focus. For example, suppose that these are the plates. Got it? They move. Suppose that these are the plates, they strike with each other. Got it? So this place where they made towards each other, when they strike with each other, at that place the movement of the vibration will occur. Got it? Means this vibration will start. So where the point the vibration start, that point is known as focus. What that is known as? That point is known as focus. The place means the place over this focus. The place over this focus, above the surface of focus, that is known as epicenter. Means it will look like that. Suppose that from here, this point is there, from where our vibration will start. They will just go round like this. So it is the focus from where our starts. So just above this place, means the parallel to the surface, or the movement or over the surface on the earth, that is known as epicenter. And this epicenter, with what will do, the vibration travels outward through the epicenter. Means from this epicenter the vibration will travel as a form of waves. Got it? When we are throwing a pebble into the water, when we are throwing a stone, you can say, into the water, at that period of time you are just most of the time you are seeing that water, when it dips down, then what will happen? It will sometime after few seconds, it will come some water, and that water will start flowing like this, means into the waves. So same thing is there in the volcanoes, in the earthquake also. From the epicenter, the vibration will travel into the waves. So these waves are also having the three types, that is the P wave, S wave, and the L wave. P waves means all the waves which are traveling like the longitudinal. S wave means latitudinal, and L waves means which are having on the surface waves. Got it, beta? Now last is the landslides. Landslides, these are the naturally occurring phenomena, due to which what happens when a down portion of our earth that move away, due to which what happens, the whole portion is just sliding towards the earth's surface. Mostly we are seeing that it is occurring due to either a high wind or due to the actions of the water. Got it? So this is the all about the endogenic forces, due to which we are having, or we are looking at what kind of the endogenic forces having inside our earth. Got it? So mostly earthquakes have been regarding our earthquake. I can also tell you more that our earthquake is just when it comes, then at that period of time we are using a machine. Means it is just measured through a machine whose name is seismograph, and the capacity, or we can say that the earthquake can be measured on the Richter scale. Means its magnitude, means what kind of magnitude, how much it will cause the destruction or not, that is just recorded on the Richter scale. Like we are having our own scale just for the measurements. Same thing, same to same, for the measurement of the magnitude of our earthquake, we are having a Richter scale, on which we can say define that the what intensity of earthquake will be there, means what kind of the damage it is just going to put on our earth surface. Beside that, we can also put some measures that can prevent us during the earthquake. For example, we can go down to our table, we can stand in the corners, or we cannot. We move out of into the open surface. We should not move into that place where nearby the buildings are there. We should away. We should move away from all those places which are having exhaustible or which are having the fire products with there. Got it, beta? So this is all about the endogenic or the surfaces. After that, in the next previous video, we are just going to study about the exogenic forces, or we are going to study about the major landform of our Earth surface. Got it? So thank you, beta. Thank you so much.